Hi everyone, it's Lynn Terry, also known as Low Carb Traveler, host of Traveling Low Carb, and that's travelinglowcarb.com and the official 90-day low carb challenge.com. So I'm just pulling up the website here and checking out a couple of things real quick because I want to talk about Ketologie. A lot of you have had tons of questions about it since I started using it myself, and so just want to have a casual, open discussion and invite your questions and talk to you a little bit about how and why I'm using it. And there have been a lot of questions about what's the better deal with Ketologie. So Dr. Tracy and I, she's of Ketologie and she's amazing. I have so enjoyed working with her, but we teamed up to bring you this overview, this product demo, this Q&A, and my product review so that you can learn more about what to expect from Ketologie and whether you're new to the low carb lifestyle and you really need a keto kickstart, or you're more of a low carb lifer like me and discover Ketologie products. So I just want to, like I said, make this an open discussion, an open invite to talk about how I'm using the products and such. It's been, I guess, a couple of months now. You've been hearing me talk about the Ketologie shakes, how I'm using them to make my fabulous hot coffee shakes in the morning. I love those and the different ways I'm using their products. The fact that the roast chicken bone broth, the interesting effect that I noticed from that was that I got an immediate energy boost, like within an hour of drinking it. And I've been drinking chicken broth since the start of my low carb journey. It's really great for leg cramps. It's really great for headaches. It's really great for killing cravings. Chicken broth actually kills sweet cravings, which is a weird thing. Anyway, I've only just used store-bought, like canned or already made, pre-made, condensed chicken broths in the past. This Ketologie roast chicken broth is amazing, though. It tastes really good. It's really rich. I add a tablespoon of butter to it, just makes it even richer, or make soups with it. But anyway, the interesting thing about it is that within an hour of drinking it every single time, I've noticed an immediate energy boost. So I thought, this could just be all in my head. So I had Aaron try it, and he experienced the same thing. It's a really great product. So I want to let you know up front, she did supply the products for my review. I fell in love with the chocolate shakes, the chocolate Ketologie shakes. And ever since then, her and I have been working together. She's like, well, you should try this. And we've been kind of talking back and forth, and I've been testing a variety of the products. And I decided, because I had so many questions about it, to do a full review on the 21-day Keto Kickstart program. And it's really good, like for somebody who's new to low carb or just getting started and wants to learn more about the science behind it, why it works, how it works, all the little details. But what I really love about Ketologie and about Dr. Tracy specifically is that she keeps it simple. Like, she has kind of the same motto or the same way of thinking that I do about, keeping it super simple, enjoying the lifestyle, that same approach that I have to low carb. So I found a really good synergy with her in addition to loving the products. And so I have a million things I want to say, so just bear with me here. Anyway, so I went through the Kickstart program. Comes with a lot of things, and I put some links in the description of this video so you can check it out yourself. But one of the things it comes with is a recipe book, a recipe ebook that you can download. It's really well done. It's illustrated with photos, very detailed how-to, even on the simple stuff, which I loved because I'm not a cook. I should say, I spent many years as a wife for part of a time, and of course as a mother for a long time, cooking meals. But when I switched to low carb and went keto, kind of had to relearn how to cook with different types of oils, different products, different foods, and things like that. And so I love that the recipes are super simple, but also look like you're a rock star in the kitchen. So I like that a whole lot. There's also an e-course that's kind of comes by email. And what I really like is they keep it light, motivational, fun, interesting. I got, even as a lifer, I've been almost 7 years into low carb. I started in April 2011. I got where I really enjoyed the daily emails. They were just like these fun little motivational messages, and I really looked forward to them. But they do keep it light without skimping on the information that you really need to know. So it's all very much in line with my own way of doing things. And it's a really well done kickstart for the keto lifestyle for those of you, who really just want to dive in and see amazing results. Not just weight loss, but just amazing results, period. And that includes increased energy, decreased chronic pain. For those of you who don't know my story, I have lost 63 pounds going a ketogenic low carb diet. But the biggest thing for me is that I feel happier, healthier, and stronger than I ever have in my life. So to give you a little bit of back history, I had a car accident when I was 20, and I had chronic back pain. So I had inflammatory arthritis in my lower back, which caused sciatica, which ultimately, as I got older, my doctor wanted to diagnose me with fibromyalgia, but I refused the diagnosis. I'm like, let me try getting myself in better health first. And I had no idea that going low carb was going to be great for inflammation, because carbs promote inflammation in the body. And so where I was in so much pain, sometimes I could not even lift my coffee cup to my mouth. Definitely a very sedentary lifestyle in that much pain. Was spending a lot of money and time seeing a chiropractor for muscle therapy. And anyways, so I'm now back to water skiing, adventurous hiking, rock climbing, things I never thought I would be able to do. And so the weight loss is great, but the real benefits are having a much better quality of life. So I really had a fun time checking out the Keto Kickstart program. It's a great value, and that's kind of what I want to talk about is if you're interested in any of the Ketologie products, the one hurdle a lot of people have had with them is the price point. And so that's why the 21-day Kickstart program, even if you're a seasoned low carber, is a really good deal because you get all of the products in the package too. So if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that as we go, just let me know. I kind of want to go through and just demo the products and show you what to expect from them. The Sweet Like Sugar, I've had a lot of questions about this. It's a sugar replacement, sugar alternative. It's 0 net carbs, which I like. The shakes, you guys know how much I love those. The bone broth I haven't talked as much about, so we'll talk about that a little bit today, but there are quite a few things I want to talk about. And I want to bring up a comment Patricia made this morning, because when I woke up this morning, it's a dreary, rainy day here in Tennessee, by the way. And when I woke up this morning, I was just kind of flipping through my phone and having a coffee out on the deck and watching it rain. And Patricia had left a comment, and she said, "Thank you so much for being our guinea pig." She said how much she appreciated my honest feedback, my reviews and stuff. And I just kind of want to touch on that just a little bit, because while I do earn commission on referrals on some of the products I recommend, not all, and things like that, it is a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work doing the reviews, doing the research, compiling all of the information, presenting it all to you in some kind of way that I feel is going to help you make the smartest decision for yourself. Because maybe what's right for me is not necessarily what's right for you. So I always like to tell you why I use a product or why I like a product, in addition to why I don't like a product. And doing product reviews is fun, except when it's not. And I've had some really bad experiences in my mouth doing this for you guys. So notes like that make it really nice. And I just want to say that the first year that I went low carb, I wasted a ton of money, not just online because I ordered products online, but also at the grocery store, because number one, I didn't really know how to read a label or what was what, or what's the difference between, this sweetener or that sweetener, this ingredient or that ingredient. So there seemed to be a lot to learn. And I'm still having a lot to learn. So it's just been in the last couple of months, for example, that I've discovered firsthand the benefits of collagen and adding collagen into my low carb diet. And anyway, so I wasted a lot of money not really knowing. I didn't have a clue what I was doing or what to look for in the ingredients, or how different things would affect me personally or what have you. So I love being able to test out new things. I like finding creative ways for you to use these things and to integrate them so it doesn't get boring. So as one example, in my post about Ketologie, where I shared my full experience with it, which you'll find on travelinglowcarb.com, and I put the link to that post in the description of this video. One of the things is, there are mornings I get sick of eggs. Believe it or not. I know you see me eating a lot of eggs, but I do get sick of eggs sometimes. And then there's other times, I don't necessarily just want a shake. Like I want some breakfast. And the great thing is that I use this. This jug is huge, by the way. So I use the Ketologie shake mix, whether it's chocolate or vanilla, depending on what mood you're in, to make pancakes. They have tons of recipes that you can use their products. So, it's great for me to, grab a keto shake, walk out the door, pretty much a meal in my hand in a minute. I like that, but like I said, there are some times when I want a little something more. And so for that, I love it. I just add blueberries, and I know I'm getting my collagen. I know I'm getting my coconut oil. It's kind of like a BPC. If you're familiar with that, it's bulletproof coffee in a pancake. Then you add in blueberries, and you have all of the benefits of antioxidants and anti-aging properties and everything for blueberries. In moderation, berries are a really good addition to your low-carb diet. And that's what I love about kind of integrating the Ketologie products, which have the collagen, the coconut oil, the great keto macros that you need, and then integrating those into the other healthy foods that I'm having. I used, for example, the smoky beef bone broth, and I'm just going to be honest and say I had no idea how I would use this. The roast chicken broth, I knew I could drink that out of a mug, no problem. I was like, I'm not really sure how I'll use this one. However, this stuff's amazing in the crock pot, or the slow cooker, or the Instant Pot, or simmering on the stove. How many of you saw, and I did not get a good photo of it, my apologies, but I ended up with some eye of round steak, which I wasn't familiar with, but it turns out it's like the toughest cut of meat to try to cook, and it's like almost impossible to make it tender. And so I discovered the secret to that is you make kind of you simmer it in a sauce for a long time, or put it in the crock pot or whatever. So normally I would use the prepackaged McCormick seasoning packets, because that's what I've always used. It's what my grandmother used, and it's just what I've always used. They're full of ingredients, like a whole paragraph full of ingredients. So when I recently had this eye of round steak, I made it. I did some minced garlic and butter and sauteed that, and then I seared the meat in that. And then I simmered it in this smoky bone broth, which also has like the coconut oil and collagen. And let me just double check that here. The ingredients: grass-fed bovine collagen, forgive me if I don't say it right, beef broth, sea salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, celery seed powder, and black pepper. That's it. Just real food. And so I made it strong. And you can put it, like I said, use it in the crock pot, use it to simmer your meats, and use it to make a soup, beef stew, with all your favorite, radishes instead of potatoes, and all your favorite stuff. So I did the same thing and made a chicken soup with the chicken bone broth. So I just had some leftover steamed broccoli, steamed spinach, a few other things, and I made the roast chicken bone broth a little bit strong and added in all my leftover vegetables and had a nice hot bowl of soup. That was really nice too. So like I said, when I get kind of, bored with just drinking my lunch, you can also use these products to make food. So I like, finding creative ways to use the products. I love that I don't have to do that on my own, because Ketologie gives you recipes. They'll share them with you via email. They'll give you a recipe book as part of their 21-day Keto Kickstart program, etc. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Because, like I said, it's a better deal if you order the bundles. And it's not the only bundle that they have. So you can go to travelinglowcarb.com/Ketologie, or just click the link at the description. But what you get is, in the Kickstart program, is you get 7 physical products. And then you also get their informational email course. You get their Keto 101 guide, which is a really good 12-page, easy read with some really good information. And you also get their meal planner PDF, which is super simple, but it's a really good overview that kind of shows, how you can easily plan out 3 weeks of low-carb meals. And she's very cool about it. She's like, this is interchangeable, do it to your own preference. Here are lots of ideas. So she also gives you a recipe ebook, full color, very well done, nice photos and illustrations. But she gives you this recipe ebook too, so you can kind of pluck and pick and choose and things like that. There's low carb cornbread in there. There is, let me look here, and I'm just having to look on another computer. The recipes, and I said in my blog post, the creamy pesto chicken. I'm telling you my top recipes because I read through the entire recipe book. The pork stroganoff dinner. I want to try that one for sure. I have some pork in the freezer. The low-carb cornbread I mentioned. They have some great recipes or ideas for low-carb sides and, of course, snacks and easy stuff like you see me do. That's what I loved about it. And they had lots of treats and desserts too, from super easy stuff like low-carb mousse, keto-friendly cheesecake recipes. Just the great thing about it is they don't assume you know what you're doing in the kitchen. It's very detailed instructions, which I like. But you may not need recipes. You may not need any information. You may have it all nailed as far as the ketogenic lifestyle or what have you. And that's fine and good. But it's the great thing is it's a good value as an entire package, even if you don't need all of that stuff. So let me see. The price on the 21-day Keto Kickstart program is $195. And that's the reason so many people have asked my opinion about it, because yes, it's a pretty, decent investment. But you also get the 7 physical products with that. And just, I think 5 of the products alone, let me look here. Just the 5 food products alone come to $184.80. Plus it'd be $10 more for the shaker bottle. So at that point, it makes more sense to just get the Keto Kickstart program. Good question from Patricia. Does it take a little while to get the ebooks after purchasing, like the recipe book, the meal planner, and things like that? I think mine came pretty quick, instantly, like immediately after you sign up, so you can get started right away. So if you sign up and order the Kickstart program and you don't get that, and those things don't come with the Pantry bundles or the shake bundles or anything like that, just with the 21-day Keto Kickstart program. So if you did sign up for the Kickstart program and you didn't get that right away, my advice would be check your spam filters or your junk folder, or do a search for Ketologie in your inbox to see if it got filtered out, because that happens sometimes. So I want to definitely answer any questions you have. I just kind of wanted to give you a bit of an overview. And, Terry said mine came instantly this morning. Yes, and mine did as well, but you know how email is sometimes. So if you have any trouble whatsoever, you just email Dr. Tracy. She's amazing, if I haven't already said that. I have enjoyed working with her so much. So I want to show you the products that come in that specifically, and they have kind of a promo deal going on right now. By the way, I want to answer as many of your questions that I've been getting around the web as possible as well. There's like products everywhere. Look, there we go. They're everywhere. Tammy said, I guess I'm confused. Does the 21-day program give you step-by-step what to do for the 21 days? What it gives you, and there's a detailed breakdown if you go to the website, or I put it on my blog as well at travelinglowcarb.com. But what it gives you 7 physical products, but then it gives you a recipe book, a sample 3-day meal plan, and the educational email series just teaches you what you need to know while you're getting started. So it doesn't necessarily say, wake up to do and today. It just doesn't say like, wake up today and do 20 push-ups and eat bacon, because, Tracy says in her e-course, we're all different. We all have different levels of physical activity. But she talks about a lot more than just the food. She talks about a lot more than just bacon and macros, for example. So she talks about how stress plays a part. She talks about ways to, reduce your stress levels. Like she really doesn't skimp on the info. It's really good. But what you get in addition to the 5 food products, which is both flavors of Ketologie shake, vanilla and chocolate, you get both flavors of bone broth, smoky beef and chicken. The great thing too is when you order the Kickstart program, you can customize it. If you only want 2 chocolates instead of 1 of each flavor, let me get the flavors in the front. There we go. If you only want chocolate, you can order 2 chocolates. That's really hard to do. I feel like I'm in a mirror, so I don't know which hand I'm turning. Anyway, so you can order 2 chocolates or 2 vanillas if you want. You can customize your package. If you only want roast chicken broth and not smoky beef, you can customize that part of the package. Me personally, if I were really like just choosing between the two, I like them all, and I'm using them all, including the sweet like sugar, which I didn't think I would use, but I'll tell you about that too, why I started using it. I'm in the middle of a fun recipe development for you guys that you are going to love, but I can't tell you anything about it yet. Sorry. Anyway, so if I had to choose, which you don't because you can get them all in the Kickstart program, I would choose roast chicken bone broth and the chocolate Ketologie shake. But then I would be missing out on my vanilla blueberry pancakes that I like with the vanilla shake mix. Plus, I like this in my coffee for coffee creamer. We've talked about that a little bit. This makes a great replacement for your coffee creamer because it's like BPC or bulletproof coffee without all the mess. There's no junk in it. Plus, when I've made BPC in the past, it has been, I didn't add collagen. I didn't know to add collagen. So it has been basically butter, coconut oil, heavy cream, a little sweetener, right? And those things can really add up on you, carb count wise. Heavy cream is half a carb per tablespoon, so 2 tablespoons of heavy cream is a carb. Your artificial sweetener counts as a carb. And then it's good when it's hot and frothy, like right when you blend it. But maybe 10, 15 minutes later, depending on the temperature of your house or whatever, when it cools off, it gets kind of icky. And then I don't like it. It's kind of like leaves this nasty thing around my cup. So I'm not the huge BPC fan, but this stuff stirs in super creamy, this keto shake. So you can use it for coffee creamer. You just use a lot less. Or I'll take a huge tumbler, like this one is 32 ounces. You've seen me do this one. It's a 32-ounce tumbler. It is big. I fill it full of coffee, and I'll put 2 full scoops of that, which is 1 serving of the vanilla shake mix, and make like a coffee shake, a hot coffee shake, or chocolate, which is like a hot chocolate coffee, which is really good. But it blends in, it stirs in like coffee creamer too. So you can have a bulletproof coffee or a BPC that has coconut oil, collagen, that it's already creamy, rich, smooth, delicious, sweet a little bit, like it's very good. Anyway, you have all that without all the mess, just 1 scoop without all those different things on the counter, and it never gets oily and gross. It's just creamy and smooth and yummy. So no questions so far that I haven't answered, so we'll just kind of keep going here a little bit. Oh, wait. Patricia said, do you have a link for the cup to give you credit? This, I don't have a link. I do, actually. If you just ask me about my tumblers in the comments, I'll come back and share the link with you because these are cute, but I found prettier ones, and I want to show you the prettier ones, the ones I'm ordering, because I love these so much I'm ordering more. So I have them in 2 sizes. I want to say it's 20 ounce and 32 ounce. And you can use an immersion blender, like, I have one right here, like this, in your coffee mug or whatever, but or a one-legged hand mixer works just as good. You've seen me do that on video, right? One-legged hand mixer. Somebody said on Instagram, is that like a hand mixer with only 1 mixer in it or whatever? I can't remember what she said. I was like, yeah, that's what it was. That's a brilliant idea because I didn't have one of these before. Anyway, so it depends on, people have asked me how much do I use? And that's been another big question I've had is, about the serving size, versus the price. This is a huge jug. Okay, this is big. I don't know if you can really get the full scope of how big this is, but people have said, wow, it seems like a lot for the number of servings, but I still have half of mine left, and I've been using it for a while. It's lasting me a lot longer than I expected it would. The other thing too that I didn't know when I got mine, and you may not know when you get yours, so let me just go ahead and tell you the secret. There's a scoop inside. Because silly me, I couldn't find my scoop. It was buried in there. So I actually measured my powder out in grams, which was kind of difficult. I made it harder than it had to be. Scoop is in there. You will find it. Just take a butter knife and dig around in there and find it. Terry said, I just purchased brain octane oil. Can it be used in addition to the shakes? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no reason why not. What I love though is everything's all included in here. It's also all organic and natural. So the sweeteners they use, for example, let's see, we have coconut oil powder in here, so it's all instant. That's the other great thing is this is great for traveling with, for keeping in the car, for using on the road trips, taking in your hotel room, that kind of thing. But they do use stevia and I wanted to see, yeah, organic erythritol and organic stevia in their products, which is good. Let's see. I do love my mugs, but I found prettier ones. I mean, these are pretty, but I found even prettier ones. They have lots of things. But these are great, like I said, because I can stick the hand mixer right down in this cup, pop the top on. I have a very healthy bulletproof coffee right on the go, and all I had to do is pour coffee, pour a couple of scoops, and you can actually just shake it or stir it in. But if you just hit it with a blender for a second, it's all frothy and yummy. You know what? Like, it stays that way. Unlike bulletproof coffee, which gets, like if you don't drink your coffee like super fast, and I don't, I sip on mine for a while. Bulletproof coffee with the oils and stuff that you put in yourself gets really gross after a minute. This doesn't. It stays smooth and creamy to the point that if this goes cold on me, like 2 hours later, and I pick it up and start drinking it, then it's like a cold shake, a cold coffee shake, and it's just as good. So I like that it's not gross. I would never do that with a traditional BPC, with the butter and coconut oil. I would never pick it up 2 hours later and drink it. Like that would be disgusting. So talk a little bit about the extra stuff, the bonuses you get. You get the 5 food products, which I've shown you. And I've showed you both shakes. I've shown you both bone broths. And the other one that I haven't really talked about much is the Sweet Like Sugar replacement. I didn't think that I would really use this, but I've been baking lately, like I said, and this is so great because there's no math to it. It measures out in recipes just like real sugar. So if something calls for a cup of sugar, I personally would be more likely to use half or 3/4 because I don't like things as sweet as most people or as sweet as recipe developers assume I like them. So I use less, but it measures out exactly the same, so there's no math to the recipe. That's number one. Number two, it's granular like sugar, so I'll show you. It's really, really, really good for baking. It's really good for coffee. Hang on, let's try to do this without getting it all over my keyboard. Can you see it? I should have licked my finger first. There we go. There it went on my keyboard. Hang on. I will not waste that. I'm going to tell you what I like about this. It has a slight vanilla flavor, very slight, so it's great for baking. It's great in your coffee. It's made with organic erythritol and organic stevia, but I've tried stevia before and I didn't like it. Sorry for all the stevia lovers out there. It leaves a nasty taste in my mouth. This doesn't. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the hit of vanilla flavor that she puts in there. It's all this stuff is non-GMO, gluten-free, blah, 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 all natural, all that kind of stuff too. Nothing artificial, no artificial colors, et cetera, et cetera. But this tastes like real sugar, granular like sugar, but it like mixes in and melts in just like sugar. And there's no like, what did I just put in my mouth? Kind of like with Splenda or straight stevia to me leaves an icky aftertaste. Some people love it. And I say you need to go with your preference. That's what I like about this, and that's especially what I like about baking with this. So I can't tell you the details of this recipe I'm working on, and I am not good at recipe development, so I am working on the 5th batch of this batter. However, I had some of it, whatever it is that I can't tell you, left over, and my daughter, who is not low carb and does not eat sugar-free, tasted a bite of it, which I used this when I was baking, and I said, because my taste buds are accustomed to low-carb food. So I said to my daughter, so does it have an aftertaste, or can you tell that it's sugar-free or low-carb? She goes, no, it's really good. So I was happy about that. Also used this when I was making those beautiful low-carb muffins, waffles, and pancakes, the recipes I showed you recently. And if you missed my low-carb muffin recipes, you need to leave a comment and say, muffin recipe, please. And I will come back and give you the link to those because they are so good. But I did use this as the sweetener in those as well. So that kind of covers, how I'm using the 5 food products that come in the Kickstart program. Now, what I want to tell you is maybe you don't need all that. Maybe you know for sure that you don't want the bone broths at all, or the sweet like sugar. So in that case, they have bundles, and the Pantry bundles are the better deal. They're because you're going to get these free things. Let me show you. You're going to get these free things with it too, even if you don't get the Kickstart program. Which I like this. I'm not going to read it in case you have, kids or family in the background. But I like this bag, insulated cooler bag for like packing your lunch, or for me when I'm on a hike and I want to keep things kind of insulated. This was a really nice gift that comes with the 21-day Keto Kickstart program, the shake bundle, and the pantry pack, all of which are a much better deal than just ordering the products individually. So I was going to look here. Let me double check this. So if you just want to try the keto shakes, you want to get the keto shake bundle deal, and you can see the links in the description of this video. Or if you just type Kickstart in the comments, then we can talk and we can start kind of a dialogue, a message, and we can go from there. So just type Kickstart in the comments. Anyway, or if you just, let's say you want the collagen protein powder, which I want, and I want to order that, and that doesn't come in the Kickstart program. So if you just want that, then I think you want the keto pantry pack deal. So because it lets you choose like which one of the 2 broths you want, which one of the 2 shake flavors you want. So let's say, for example, I want to get the collagen protein, the chocolate shake mix, and the roast chicken bone broth. Then you want the keto pantry pack deal. So if you're unsure what to order, if you're unsure if it's right for you, if you have any questions about anything at all, type Kickstart in the comments or send me a message and we'll talk about it. I'll help you the best that I can make the right decision for you. Again, that's kind of the whole point. Dr. Tracy and I have been working together and collaborating to really bring you a thorough overview. She supplied the products. I put a lot of time and energy into testing them all, into reviewing her Kickstart program, etc., so that we could really let you make a smart buying decision as to whether it's right for you or not. So definitely not saying this, you have to go out and get this. If you like what you're using and you're, combining, like I know a lot of people are already adding collagen, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, heavy cream, their own sweetener, like it makes a big mess. But I know some people already have their whole concoction made up. Whereas me, I'm just like tossing a scoop or 2 of this in my coffee, chocolate sometimes, depends on my mood, hot coffee sometimes, cold coffee others, again, depends on my mood that day. When I'm using a big mug, I use 2 full scoops, and this is a 32-ounce mug. So that coffee will last me, like through the morning for several hours. When I'm using the smaller mug, I would just use 1 scoop, which would be half a serving. So I don't always use a full serving, and so mine's lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. A lot longer than, kind of leads you to believe based on the number of servings on the website. Anyway, so in addition to the things I told you would get immediately by email, the recipe book, the 3-day sample meal planner, the informational series, which I really had fun with. I really enjoyed that. You also get these 2 bonus products. The shaker is great because this, my friends, is how I fell in love with Ketologie. Not with this shaker specifically, but because I had an individual taste test of the chocolate Ketologie shake, and I was on a hike. And I find this very interesting. I did not have high hopes for this product, honestly, the Ketologie chocolate shake. I tossed it in my day pack. I went on an all-day hike. I was hungry and exhausted. I was kind of having a bad day. You might remember my story about that hike. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, so I sat down on a rock at the river, and I took my bottled water, which is like this, was not cold anymore. I'd been hiking all afternoon. My water was outdoor trail temperature. Anyway, and I had some Ketologie shake mix, and I just poured my pretty much lukewarm water in it, shook it hard, shook it around, shook it a little more, shook it a little bit. It mixes up really, really smooth. So I open the top, and I'm like, how many shakes I've drank since I went low carb. I mean, they can get, I mean, just like, whatever. Some of them are really good. Some of them are just like, okay, whatever. It's just to get me by. I took one sip, not even good ice cold water, not even made into like a nice mocha latte or whatever. Just one sip, trail warm, and I was like, wow, that's good. Like, it was super rich and creamy. I was hooked. And so as soon as I got back from my hike, which was like over an hour drive away and things like that, I looked up Ketologie immediately, and I'm like, I've got to get some more of this stuff. This stuff was amazing. And filling. Like, if you do a whole serving of it, it's 300 calories. But even the roast chicken bone broth, which is a lot less calories, 60 calories per serving, held me over a lot longer than I expected. And I'll tell you what I didn't expect from this, because like I said, I've used Swanson's, Campbell's, all kinds of bone broths through my almost 7 years of low carb. But within an hour, I got a very noticeable energy boost within an hour of drinking this. And I'm not the only person. Everyone I've let try it has said the same thing, and I find that like curious and interesting. Like, why am I getting this power boost? I'm not sure what that's from. If it's from, it has grass-fed bovine collagen. It does not have coconut oil in it. But it's it's good stuff. But I love the energy boost. So if any of us here are lagging or feeling like bleh, low energy, then this is always what I pull out. I'm like, have a mug of this. You're going to love it. Much healthier than an energy drink. This is also really good for leg cramps, headaches, and some of the other things you might experience during the process of keto flu. So you get this very nice insulated bag, like I said, and that comes only with the Keto Kickstart program, the Keto Shake bundle, or the Keto Pantry pack. So these two bonuses will come with any of those. So if you don't want the entire thing, the entire 21-day Keto Kickstart program, but you do want these things, then you want to get one of the bundle deals. Anyway, I love this because you know me, I'm on the go and trying to keep things quick and easy. So for me, if I'm going to be out and about, if I'm going to be on the road half the day, like driving to Atlanta and back or something, running errands all morning, or hiking or whatever, I can just put the shake mix that I want, even combine chocolate and vanilla if you want to, and a dash of cinnamon even, and just have bottled water with you, or stop and get one, or stop and get a hot coffee somewhere, dump it in there, shake it around a little bit, meal on the go. You could do the same thing with the broth. So that's a really nice gift that comes with the bundle packs or whatever. So I wanted to let you know what to expect. Like, see the physical products. You will get a box shipped to you if you do the Keto Kickstart program with the 7 physical products in it, the 5 food products and the 2 bonuses. And just kind of let you know what to expect, and see if you have any questions. Because again, Dr. Tracy and I, we're having fun, and I like her and she likes me, and we're having a good time, kind of trading ideas and things like that. The next big thing I want to do now that I've really gotten introduced to Ketologie is get their collagen protein powder and start adding it in. So again, if you have any questions or you want to talk to me about this at all, like, if it's right for you or not, and it may not be, then just type Kickstart in the comments and we'll go from there. Or leave any questions you have here. We can talk about them live. And there's not been any questions so far, so I must have been giving you some good explanations. Anyway, the collagen, let's talk about that, because I think I must be the last person on the planet to realize that there are so many benefits to adding it into my daily low-carb lifestyle, especially now that I'm in my 40s. And what I didn't realize how much of our bodies are made up of collagen. So joints, skin, hair, nails, like all kinds of stuff. And being in my mid-40s, I'll be 45 this year, doing some research, I decided this is definitely something I want to add to my daily routine, collagen. And my hair is feeling a lot better for it. Like, I'm feeling a noticeable difference. Aaron actually complained about that because he keeps his hair cut really short. And he said, since you've been feeding me this stuff, I'm having to get a lot more haircuts. It'll make your hair grow fast. Warning, you have been warned. Even just the shake mix that has collagen in it. But you can get the collagen separately, or you can add it on if you want to do one of the bundles and add it on, or it comes in the Keto Pantry pack deal. Anyway, it blends in so smooth and it has no flavor or taste. So you can even add it to the crock pot. You can add it to dinner. You can make everybody healthier in the house and they won't even know it. It's great for joint health. It's great for inflammation, great for your hair and nails and your skin, giving you a more youthful appearance. I think Dr. Tracy actually calls it a wrinkle buster there on the webpage. So lots of health benefits, like I said, I really wasn't aware of. And having inflammatory arthritis and problems from a car accident and just being in my 40s in general, which we produce so much less collagen in our bodies at this age, any time after your 20s. It's definitely a good supplement. And since it mixes right in, you can add it to your soup, you can add it to the crock pot, you can add it to sauces you're simmering, you can add it to shakes, smoothies, your coffee, whatever, and you won't even know it's in there, but it'll be doing all those wonderful things for your body. So, yes, I'm excited about it. Yes, I like Ketologie products. I really didn't think I would like the smoky bone broth, but this stuff is my new crock pot friend. I have a slow cooker. I'm not sure what you have. Instant pot, crock pot, slow cooker. You simmer it on the stove in a pot, whatever you do. This stuff, I'll never buy McCormick pre-made mixes again. This is great with chicken or beef, depending on what you want to do. You can make your own sauces. You can make your own. And I used it, like I said, to simmer. I have round steak, which is like impossible to get tender. Got it extremely fork cut tender. Made this big batch of mashed cauliflower, not creamed, but like old-fashioned with a hand masher. It's actually my grandmother's hand masher. And so I used the sauce, that's gravy, over my mashed cauliflower. It was like, wow. In fact, meat and potatoes is what it was like. It was so great. It was really good without all the extra ingredients and extra carbs. So a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions because you've seen me using these products, and I wanted to make sure that I answered them all. There haven't been any additional questions here while I've been live, so I'm assuming that I've done a good job of letting you know. The biggest thing for me was the price points, like what was the better value, because I probably, not thinking about it or not realizing it, probably would have just gone in and reordered the individual products that I wanted, not realizing the bundle packs, it's bundle deals or the Pantry pack or whatever, are such a good deal, a much better deal. Plus you get the bonuses. And even though I already have these, I would order the Keto Pantry pack deal or the Keto Shake deal again to have another set of these. I mean, because having 2 tumblers is great, especially if one's dirty or if there are 2 of you. And of course, having an extra one of these, you could give to someone, or if there are 2 of you, more than one of you, or whatever, if you have a low carb friend, you could get them one. So that's all I can think of. Like I said, if you have any questions or you want to learn more about it, you want to see how I'm using the products, you want to see what my thoughts are, because I've used all of the products so far except for the collagen powder, and I mentioned that in my blog post, but I gave a very detailed review of how I'm using the products, how I'm integrating them in. I love that they come with recipes. That's one of my favorite parts. And the 2 big surprises for me is I'll say 3, is that I took an interest in the collagen powder, because I'm like, what is that for? What would I use that for? Now I just want to use it in everything. The 2 main surprises, when I originally got my 21-day Keto Kickstart program box, the package with 7 things in it, was using these 2 things. Again, I'm struggling with the mirror effect. There we go. I wasn't sure I would use these 2 things at all. This, I love this. This stuff is good. No aftertaste, no ickiness. I like it. Really good for baking, like I said. And then again, this, great for the crock pot. I make a mean beef roast, but normally I use a junk seasoning packet in it instead of something really nice and healthy like that. So any thoughts or questions, like I said, just if you type Kickstart into the comments, I'll know you're interested. We can kind of start from there, and would love for you to check out my review at travelinglowcarb.com. It's a good overview of everything you can expect, my thoughts on it specifically, and just wanted to answer all the questions I've been getting from Instagram comments, Instagram messages, Facebook comments, blog comments, all over the web. People have been asking me Would you review it? Is it a good deal? The thing is, the 21-day Keto Kickstart program is a great deal because of the 7 products you get alone. The value of those are way higher than the Kickstart program, even if you don't need extra recipes or a sample meal planner or, kind of some motivational, fun, educational stuff that you get from Dr. Tracy. So it's still a better deal for the actual products itself, or the products themselves, yeah. And then, like I said, the shake bundle and the keto pantry pack, those are really good deals, and also come with freebies that I really like. We'll go back this way with it. So let me know if you have any questions. We'll go ahead and wrap that up. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's raining here in Tennessee. I have lots of fun stuff to do. In fact, I have to get back to recipe development. So fortunately, I do still have some of my Ketologie Sweet Like Sugar, because I'm going to make one more batch of that recipe. I was really pleased. My daughter said, no, I cannot tell it's sugar-free. So that means there's not an icky, aftertaste like you would normally get if you were using erythritol, which gives you that cooling effect or tingling on your tongue, or stevia, which to me leaves an icky aftertaste. Everybody's different, though, as far as what they like or don't like. So leave your comments. Let's continue discussing it. If you've tried any of the Ketologie products yourself, maybe you got a sample in one of your low-carb boxes recently or something, I would love to hear what you thought of it. Or if you're a regular user, I would love to hear some of your favorite ways to use it. And I'll be back, and we'll continue discussing lots of fun stuff. In the meantime, I will see you over at travelinglowcarb.com.